Good evening, Housefire groups. My name is Jimmy Malloy and I lead a group in Tulare. And I'm here to talk to you tonight about 1 Timothy chapter 1. First Timothy is a letter written by Paul to his spiritual son Timothy. In fact, in verse 2 of chapter 1, Paul calls Timothy his true son in the faith. This is also the same Timothy that Paul describes in Philippians 2, where he says, "I have no one else like Timothy who genuinely cares about your welfare. All the others care only for themselves and not for what matters to Jesus Christ. But you know how Timothy has proved himself. Like a son with his father, he has served with me in preaching the good news." Now, Paul had sent Timothy to Ephesus to repair the damage done by false teachers who had infiltrated the church, to reveal and emphasize the glorious truths of God, and to establish order in the church. This letter was sent to Timothy to help him accomplish those tasks. Now, many consider Paul's letters to Timothy as the pastoral epistles, as they contain instruction for bringing order and maturity to the churches planted by Paul's ministry. Major themes for this letter are false teachers, false doctrine, church leadership, and God's household. When I was reading through chapter 1, the part that really jumps out at me is in verses 3 and 4. It says, "As I urged you when I went into Macedonia, stay there in Ephesus, so that you may command certain people not to teach false doctrines any longer, or to devote themselves to myths and endless genealogies. Such things promote controversial speculations, rather than advancing God's work, which is by faith." Now, when I read this, I can almost hear the Apostle Paul saying, "Timothy, you've got to put a stop to this. These people are arguing and debating over things that sound great but have no real value." It's similar to what Paul said in Colossians 2:23. He said, "These rules may seem wise because they require strong devotion, pious self-denial, and severe bodily discipline, but they provide no help in conquering a person's evil desires." We have to keep focused on the things that actually advance God's work by faith. Now, I really hear this speaking to me today. I feel like I'm constantly surrounded by opportunities to get into discussions and debates about things that are important, but in the end don't advance the kingdom of God. In life, there are plenty of things to look at, plenty of things to pull my attention to the right or to the left. But in this encouragement from Paul to Timothy, I'm reminded of the words from an old song that says, "Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace." This is my prayer for you and your group tonight. May you look fully into the wonderful face of Jesus, and may everything else fade away. May his words to you come sharply into focus, and may you have the courage and boldness to do what he's calling you to do and be what he's calling you to be. God bless you, and have an amazing night tonight in his presence.